Good morning and welcome to Get in Line with me, Lauren Scott. How's everybody doing? Thank you for the incredible response to our podcast. We are so happy to be back. Also, thank you to those that went out and bought the book. It is quadrupled the amount that I was ever expecting. So my first, 2 weeks out, and it has been amazing. So thank you. I hope that everybody's enjoying it. I'm getting a lot of really good positive feedback, and I have already started another one, which is kind of crazy. So anyhow, I did want to tell you that we are on TikTok at Achieving Harmony Now. Go follow us. And if you haven't gotten the book, you can get it on TikTok. I put it on TikTok, that's insane. And Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Although I'll be honest with you, I don't really like the Barnes & Noble one more than the Amazon one. It's crazily different, but who knows? Anyhow, thank you again if you have bought it. If not, hop out there and go get it. It's Achieving Harmony, exploring the energetic benefits of your everyday life, where we take the woo-woo out of energy healing and things that you can turn around and start using to incorporate into your everyday life that I incorporate to mine and that have really, really helped, especially the last few years, and what I teach my clients. There's also some case studies in there from clients who have given me permission to put on there. So it's just a really good kind of like how-to spiritually book, but it's not really into the woo-woo. I take the occult aspect completely out, and a lot of people like that. So thank you for supporting me if you've gotten one. If you haven't, go get it now. And thank you for listening, because we are really, really happy to be back. But okay, so here's the thing. It's eclipse season, guys. We are not manifesting for the blood moon this Friday. Okay. Do you hear me? We are not manifesting for the blood moon this Friday. I had a friend on TikTok wanting me to help her with manifesting. And I kept telling her, this is not the time to manifest. This is the time to release. This is the time to do shadow work and go inside and see how any detrimental qualities of yourself, anything that is coming to the surface to be released, it needs to be released and let go. That is what this time is used for. So instead of manifesting, sit in it, do a little bit of the shadow work. If anything's triggering you, try to figure out what that is and why, and how you can change it moving forward. And this is a little bit of an uncomfortable time. Tensions are extremely high. I mean, you can see that all over the world, as we've talked about many, many times, but they're specifically high in relationships right now. So, of course, we have Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. And so expect the unexpected. Just say no to people that are coming back. Close out those chapters of the past so you can really walk fully into this portal energy moving forward after this eclipse season into who you're fully wanting to be. I personally am going through this with relationships and myself. I had some things come up from the past that I was like, oof, boundaries are strong with some people, and I am really big on boundaries these days. And so the things that have presented themselves, I have gone inward to see, one, is it me or is it a mirror from that person? Two, what, if it triggers me or makes me upset, why? Mine's always fear of rejection. That's something that always triggers me. So when I always get those weird feelings about people, I usually just cut off. And I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to use my words like a big girl and understand that everybody's going through their own shit. So, but that's not saying that cutting off from people that are emotionally immature is not what's in your best interest, because I think also at this time we are losing our masks. Everybody has lost their mask. It is what it is. You're seeing people for who they are. Don't take it personally. Just hold space for them, wish them well, and move on. Because like I said, if it's time for them to leave, let them go. It doesn't matter if it's a person, place, or thing. Also, I wouldn't really start huge new career opportunities during this time. I would wait till things slow down a little bit, because usually during retrogrades, you start something and it kind of puts a feel of, oh yeah, this is going to be amazing, but then it doesn't turn out how you want. So I always say during retrograde times is not the time to really manifest. This is the time, like I said, to go in for introspection. Introspection is a good time to do that. And with that being said, let's talk about Mercury retrograde. And, Mercury retrograde for all the things. But as I've grown in my understanding, I'm really seeing that when Mercury retrograde comes up, it's kind of like, oh, okay, what am I needing to learn instead of losing? So maybe that'll help you at this time. Venus retrograde is everything about like communication. Of course, it depends on where that is in your chart on what you're doing. You'd have to look up your own chart to see that. But in the broad collective, that's what we're seeing. And it's insane right now. Like, I have to take my child to go get his wisdom teeth pulled, so we're not on vacation for the first time in I don't know how many years on spring break, which is weird. We're having a staycation, a surgery staycation, which is also weird because I don't remember ever getting put under for my wisdom teeth, but he gets to be put under, so we'll see how that goes. I'll report back to y'all next week. Let's see what else. When I let out my book, it was very hard for me because it's opening up a part of me that I just don't share with a whole lot of people. And then I had a person basically tell me that I was too, quote unquote, witchy. And then I started thinking, what does that even mean? What does too witchy mean? Because obviously that person doesn't understand what I do. And I've used that word myself. I've literally used that word myself on others. So, even though that was kind of a stab to the heart, I also realized that I myself have put this label on others that probably hurt them. So, I am stepping into this next cycle, not good or bad, not thinking anything good or bad, but just realizing and seeing for what it is and if it resonates with me. And trying to take away labels. That just seems to be a reoccurring issue for me, is that I just need to step away from, one, attracting random people who usually don't have very many friends and wanting them to be in my circle and include, because that's the empathic person in me. But then when it's shown that that's the probably reason why they don't have very many friends, I feel like I'm hurt about it. I've done it with business partners. I've done it, I guess, my whole life. And I was talking to Dr. Heather Buckley the other day, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, why does this happen? And she told me, well, when you kind of level up, you release the people that are no longer serving you per se, or serving your highest good. So just look at it as thanks for showing me, thanks for the time in my life, and peace be with you. I'm like, oh, okay, I just need to get a little bit thicker skin, especially now that I'm coming out more in the public, on this podcast and in the book, and really just owning who I am. I need to learn that it's okay that not everybody accepts who I am or even knows, because to be honest with you, it really has to do with them and not me. That is the lesson. Learning that I am a mirror, and what people mirror back at me has more to do with them than it does me. So if you're going through something similar to this, sit in it. Do your shadow work. And when I say shadow work, go into those icky parts. The parts where, like for me, where I've gossiped and it's been turned into something that it didn't need to be, or others have gossiped and it could have been handled by just a conversation. Instead, it was a he said, she said. That's something that I've really taken out of my life, and I'm okay with not having that drama around me. I find that that when you really look at the introspection of what you're going through, and close the doors of understanding what everybody else is going through and just focus on yourself, that you really see what it is that you need to change. So the two things that I need to change is, sometimes I'm a little gossipy, I think we all are, but I need to understand that labels are a thing. And I need to release anything in the past that's hurt me that continues to boil. And, wish people well, but have strong boundaries. Like, I had a group that had wished me harm. And I have a friend who is friends with that group, but she's doing her own thing. And I had told her, as long as you are doing your own thing at that particular studio, I can't go because I don't want to give my energy to people that I know are wishing me harm or anybody else harm. Like, I absolutely refuse to do that anymore. And so it was countered back completely understanding and very nice, and I appreciate that. But I would have never said that 3 or 4 years ago. I would have just made excuses not to go. But I really stood in my power and said, this is the reason why. It has nothing to do with you. I respect you. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm happy for what you're doing. But this is the reason why I can't do it. Period. So boundaries, I have noticed, are something that I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger with. Kind of like being told I'm too witchy. Or they don't understand what you do. Boundaries, labels. It's not for them to understand because we're not that close. And anybody who thinks that I do a quote unquote seance obviously has no understanding of what I do. So if you don't understand what I do, you can go get my book, Amazing, Achieving Harmony. I was fixing to say Amazing Harmony, but Achieving Harmony. And it will tell you exactly what I do. That's non-occult. I don't really work with the occult anymore because I don't want that energy. Like, I just want to do what resonates with me. And I have for many, many years, helped others through their trauma and through releasing or a lot of things, the life, business. And so I really focus on that these days. So again, Achieving Harmony is about energetic benefits in your everyday life, but it has nothing to do with the occult whatsoever. And if you've ever been to a session of mine, you would understand. And for those that haven't, I am actually completely booked up through this summer. So I'll be reopening any spaces for like one-on-one sessions probably after the summertime. And we'll be able to delve more into the coaching aspect. I've been asked to speak at a few engagements, so I'll be doing that. And then I have my book that has been doing amazing and opening up so many doors. So I'm so grateful. And, our numbers here on the pod just keep climbing again. So that's super exciting. And I don't really know what's happening in the world because I'm trying to stay out of politics and I'm trying to keep my vibe high and not to worry and be scared. But it's hard because I'm a humanitarian. I'm not really like left or right. I'm kind of in the center. I vote on people, like what I think about people. And this whole humanitarian crisis and the crisis with the LGBTQ community it's just sad to me. I have a really problem, like I've said before, with the hate. So I'm using this time to go inward as well. Do a little shadow work so when spring comes, I can fully take advantage of all these opportunities that are coming to me and step into my full power even more. So join me on this learning crazy ride and welcome to Eclipse season. I will say the blood moon, if you were in North America, like Texas, Mexico area, you should be able to see it. It's going to be really cool, lunar eclipse. So step outside, get some energy, but you can do moon water with it, but I would not, like I said, do not manifest. I would use that moon water to like close out anything that you need to close out or release. So this is a releasing spot. This is I kind of call it like a portal energy because it is a portal energy. And hold on tight because it has started and we will be through with it in the middle of April, right in time for the Easter holidays. So everybody hang tight, and we will see you next week. Next week, I believe I have on Heather Ward. It's going to be a really good one. I don't know which. I would have to look at my schedule. I honestly do not have that in front of me to tell you who next week is. But of course, they'll be amazing. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, Achieving Harmony. You can go follow us on TikTok at Achieving Harmony Now. You can get the book Achieving Harmony on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or TikTok. I keep getting asked to do an audio version. I don't know. It's a very long book. So I mean, it's not very long, but it's long. And so that's like a whole different thing. I might do that this summer when I have time, when I take time off. So I can launch that in the fall. And, hang in there, guys. I'm thinking about you. I'm holding space for all. And before you know it, we will be through this, and you will be looking like a totally different person stepping into all of your manifestations. So thanks for listening to Get Enlightened with me, Lauren Scott, and then we'll talk to you next week.